Welcome to the 43rd meeting of the Honolulu Liquor Commission. Please silence your cellular phones. And when addressing the commission, please say and spell your name clearly. I'm calling agenda item number 1, applications number 25-02174-1 to 25-02174-25 from SG Hospitality Inc. I misread. Yep. Ooh, I misread that.
17-8.
Sorry about that. I printed out the wrong one in advance of this. Thank you.
Yeah, there.
25-02294-1 to 25-02294-11 at 17A Productions.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Angelina Khan, KHAN, member of 17A Productions LLC.
Okay. Commissioners, questions?
Walk us through the event real quick.
Sure. This is for a pop-up experience at Pearl Ridge Center at the old Chili's space. We did a similar pop-up last December. It was a Christmas-themed pop-up. It'll be the exact same format, except different theming. It's going to be an 80s and 90s themed experience time. Yeah.
Thank
My
you.
time.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Right, market for us.
I have no questions.
I have none.
Motion to approve applications numbers 25-02294-1 to 25-02294-11 inclusively.
Second. Hold on.
Oh.
I think you have to go to 12, right? Isn't it 25-02294-12? Sorry, on the agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's my mistake.
Yes. I apologize.
Yeah. it's,
Let me restate.
Sorry.
We're stumbling out of the blocks today.
Oh.
Okay. Restate. Motion to approve applications numbers 25-02294-1 to 25-02294-12
Second.
inclusive.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve applications number 25-02294-1 to 25-02294-12 inclusive. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is
Thank you.
all right. Good.
Thanks.
That's the.
Yeah, very good. Calling agenda item number 2, application number 25-02520 from Cools and Catering by Sunny Blonde. Oh, hello.
Oh, I never seen you. Still a long time.
Yeah.
No. Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Sheila O'Connell, ELCANO, General Manager for Cools and Catering by Sunny Blonde. For this application here, we have a graduation party with approximately 150 guests. The bar is inside and 1 HPD is on site.
Okay. Commissioner
So,
Hollinger.
Ms. O'Connell, I'll make this comment for all of your applications. It is now right the graduation season, many graduation parties. If you are going to be using the outside area, we please ask you to make sure you keep an eye on no passing or no giving to alcohol to the underage people. Obviously, we know we're gonna have a younger generation or younger crowd there, so if you can do that for us, we'd greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have no question.
I have none.
No. Motion to approve application number 25-02520.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-02520. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Right. Calling agenda item number 3, application number 25-02521, Pools and Catering by Sunny Blonde Inc.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Sheila O'Connell, ELCANO, General Manager for Cools and Catering by Cinnabon. For this application, we have another graduation party with approximately 270 guests, the bar inside, and 2 HPDs on site.
What's a knighting ceremony?
Oh, the graduation ceremony.
Okay.
Oh, the knighting ceremony. Oh, that's like it's part of an organization, and it's a Knights of something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's the-
Yeah.
Something, got it.
All right.
I have no.
Motion to approve application number 25-02521.
Second.
So been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-02521. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Calling agenda item number 4, application number 25-25-02522 by Cools and Catering Inc. by Cindy.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Sheila O'Connell, ELCANO, General Manager for Cruising Catering by St. Blunt. For this application, we have a 18th birthday and graduation party, approximately 200 guests with a bar inside and 2 HPDs on site.
Questions?
Motion to approve application number 25-02522.
Second. Been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-02522. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is.
Thank you, Commissioners. Nice to see you guys.
Hey, good to see you.
Calling agenda item number 5, application number 25-02636-1 and 25-02636-2 from Honolulu Zoological Society.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission, Greg Nishioka, authorization. Hearing on behalf of the applicant. To my right is Shelby Carlos, who is the Community Engagement Director for the applicant. I've given her the spelling of her name to the hearings report prior to the commencement of today's proceeding. We have received the investigator's report. Nothing further to add.
Do you want to walk us through your events?
Yeah, this is part of the Wildish Show in Town event. It's, you know, held during the
Every
summer.
year, yeah.
Every year.
Okay.
That's what it is basically. And is, you know, anybody who enters the beer garden area will be wristbanded. They'll be checked. Only those with wristbands will be allowed to in that area. There'll be security on you know on station to make sure everything is handled properly. Rights for those who are too inebriated will be provided.
Question. So approximately, what would you estimate as how many people would be going into the beer garden?
I would venture, you know, this is kind of a family event. I would say, you know, you're looking at maybe 50, maybe to 100 max, maybe, you know.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the numbers, 500 to 1,000 attendees, and I'm,
Yeah,
okay,
maybe 100 to maybe, let's say 100 to.
well, not much then.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
thank you.
family event, basically, you know, and like the security plan does indicate, you know, coolers will be checked on the way in. So there'll be no actual alcohol coming in from the outside. The only alcohol that will be served will be in the beer garden, in the designated area. Okay.
No issues in the past, though. Have you had?
So I know that, I mean, I think the parking thing right over there has kind of somewhat changed, right? Where it's not just meter anymore, right? It's where it's all, you pay in advance, everything else. So have you guys had some discussion or some type of idea in regards to if someone is not able to actually drive and leave?
I'm sure we can make some kind of accommodation. With, you know, this is a part of the zoo, which is part of a city organization. So, you know, to the
So I mean, there
extent-
can be some kind of discussion with someone, just in case. We don't wanna
definitely.
tell somebody, go ahead and take a ride share, and then they come back and their car either is towed or they have a
Mhm.
couple $100 ticket or something, right? So, okay,
Definitely.
someone can talk to them.
Yeah, definitely, Commissioner.
Thank you.
And we appreciate the comment. And,
That's all I have.
Motion to approve application numbers 25-02636-1 and 25-02636-2.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-02636-1 and 25-02636-2. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 6, application number 25-02643 from KLE Pawahi Foundation. Hello.
Good afternoon, Commissioners and Chair. Matthew Choi, authorized agent for Kamehameha Schools. We have no changes to the investigative report. This is for their reunion weekend luau.
Oh, wait, yes. You also do Iolani too, right?
I do.
Okay, but you're an Iolani
Kind of
graduate,
like-
but not a, okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding. All right, this one's right. I was like, why do all of the alumni stuff?
Notice he didn't wear his Elon shirt.
I wore-
Yeah. Sure. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
We observe things.
So the question I had is, so the gymnasium is your floor plan, is the whole gymnasium going to be considered where the alcohol will be serviced, or is it just within that blue box?
So the plan is to keep alcohol onto the parking lot area outside of the gymnasium. But they also license it in the event that there are some board members or trustees that have a very strong desire to take their drinks inside.
Okay.
But the general public and the original plan is to keep all the alcohol on the parking lot.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess what I would say is, as we, you know, when is the event?
Next
The
week,
7
Saturday.
next weekend, if some way, shape or form, you can at least get to the commission some type of floor plan that shows the possibility, because right now I don't see any red delineations of what is actually licensed. We can get something to them just so we have it, so there's no problems if someone were to stop by and see. I just want to
Okay.
make sure everything is set up, but that's my only comments.
I'll make sure Jackie gets that over to you guys.
For sure. Good. Motion to approve application number 25-02643.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-02643. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. All right, thank you. Calling agenda item number 7, applications numbers 25-02680-1 and 25-02680-2. Hawaii Mission Children's Society.
Well, good
Chair-
afternoon, Chair.
Sorry.
Miss City?
No, you're fine, but Chair, I'm gonna make a disclosure. That ILWU does represent the grounds employees at Oahu Cemetery. I'm not the employee's direct representative, but this will not affect my ability to be impartial in deciding on this matter.
Noted. All right. Steve.
Good afternoon, Chair. My name is Augustus Acosta, Acosta. I'm the Executive Director for Hawaiian Mission Children's Society. We are requesting for our event, our annual Cemetery Poo Poo Theater event, which will be held on June 13, 14, 2021, and also the 26th, 27th, and 28th on the grounds of Oahu Cemetery. So the event starts at 5 p.m., ends at around 9 p.m. There's a dinner with beverages, and then the guests are treated to a live history theater show on the grounds.
Okay, I'm just kind of squinting a little because our map is, I think I see where it's still gonna be.
So I'm looking at the map, so I guess the question is, you're requesting delineation for liquor throughout the whole cemetery, correct?
We're keeping the food and drinks within the immediate vicinity of the chapel,
Okay,
which is the kind of like the highlighted area. I think the rest of the markings on the map is how the guests are moving around the property as they go through different shows. So the dinner and the show will be confined within the immediate area of the chapel.
Oh, so they won't be traveling with their drink on.
No, no.
okay.
Yeah, I see.
So you're talking about the outer lanai from the chapel?
Yes, just the outer where the benches are, right outside.
Cause, and you're expecting 1,600 attendees?
Oh, no. We
Oh,
are,
I'm sorry, 700.
yeah, so we have a total of 7 showings.
Okay, so it's all.
So
booked up.
every
So like
each
100
evening,
per night.
but 80 to 100 is
Okay,
what we're
so your
expecting.
max is 7 after the total 7 days.
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
We done this before. This is a.
Yes, this is our 14th.
14th.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
I
so
remember that last.
I'm gonna say, so when you look at the map we have currently, unless someone else sees it, I don't see any red delineations of where the actual service will be. So, I mean, this is not gonna affect my determining factor, but I do think that what we would want is, because you do have a few weeks before this actually starts, if you can get a map to our staff here or administration that delineates the chapel area that you will be serving within. Because basically we don't want someone to come to your thing, your event or your party, and people are happy to be walking around the cemetery, carry a drink. We want to make sure people know that they're not supposed to, okay? So if you can get that to us, and that's not gonna affect me, but I think we would like something like that.
Will do.
Okay.
Thank you.
But, yeah, it's, oh, it's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So I have no other comments or questions.
Okay. Okay, I can make a motion to approve application numbers 25-02680-1 and 25-02680-2 inclusive.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-02680-1 and 25-02680-2. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is right.
Thank you.
Commissioner.
Calling agenda item number 8, transfer application number 24-02017 by Elias Enterprises. Did I say that correctly?
Elliot.
Elias.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, Commissioners. Robin Melcher on behalf of the applicant. And to my right is Charlene Miura, the member of the applicant. We have reviewed the report and just wanted to note with respect to the premises. The premises was like that for over 10 years. And when we submitted the application, realized that I guess before she became the owner, it had changed. So we then submitted the request for renovation to make it consistent so that the plan is consistent with what the Liquor Commission has. Other than that, we have no further amendments or changes.
Any questions?
I have no questions.
Motion to approve transfer application number 24-02017.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve transfer application number 24-02017. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the transfer application is for preliminary hearing to go to our final.
Out of order.
Out of order, calling agenda item number 13 out of order, request number 24-04250, Million Restaurants Inc.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. Robin Melcher on behalf of the applicant regarding the request for renovation. We have reviewed the report and there are no amendments or changes.
Any questions?
I have no.
Motion to approve request number 24-04250.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 24-04250. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The request is approved.
Thank you. Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 9, application number 24-02352, Aroma Cafe Inc.
Morning, Mr. Chair, members of the commission, Ms. Uriah, Robert Uyoka on behalf of Aroma Cafe, present to my right, Mr. Jonathan Rotmanch. He's the president and owner, first name Jonathan, last name Rotmensch. We have no changes to the investigator's report. This is for a restaurant application for the former Tex 808 location on Pujio Avenue.
And Commissioners,
I
questions?
have no questions.
None.
Motion to approve application number 24-02352.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve preliminary hearing application number 24-02352. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved for public hearing.
Thank you.
Calling out, not out of order, calling agenda item number 10. Application number 24-02644, Aroma Cafe Inc.
Robert Uyoka on behalf of Aroma Cafe, present to my right, Mr. Jonathan Rotmanch, president and owner. I have no changes to the investigator's report. This is located in the current Waikiki Paradise, Outrigger Waikiki Paradise Hotel. It was formerly the Whalers General Store. The premise is currently under construction.
Questions?
Okay.
Motion to approve application number 24-02644.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-02644. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The preliminary application is approved for public hearing.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 11, application number 24-03012, Tachibana Enterprises LLC. Moved.
Afternoon, Chair, members of the commission, Great Michelle, authorized agent, and on behalf of the applicant. To my right is Sammy Lee, who is the general manager for the applicant. I have given the spelling of his name to the hearing reporter prior to the commencement of today's meeting. We received an investigator's report, have no changes there too.
The map is just this very big square box.
Right, it's kind of like a compound, that's why. There's,
Okay.
yes, for explanation, there's multiple buildings or houses, yes.
Serious questions?
I don't have any.
Motion to approve application number 24-03010.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-03010 from preliminary hearing for approval to public hearing. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 12, application number 24-04001, Plantation Tavern LLC. Oh,
Aloha, Commissioner, Chairperson, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. My name is Adam Gilbert, Gilbert. I am the owner of Plantation Tavern LLC, and this is doing business as Monarch Poke. Here to answer any questions you may have.
I have a question for you. Is Sonia Gilbert working at Hawaiian Air? Okay, so my disclosure is that I work with Sonia at Hawaiian Airlines, and probably best that I will recuse myself of this.
Okay.
Any questions? Yeah, no, I don't.
Motion to approve application number 24-04001.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-04001. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the vice chair also votes aye. The application is approved and would be moved to preliminary here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We can have Chair Hong back in. Oh, public hearing, sorry. Not used to saying that, but okay, what?
Surprises.
Thank you, probably, do you think you're ready to see
You guess you don't want to come back?
that, or, yes, probably. We were gonna make it fast, so.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah.
Oh.
We do.
Okay. 14.
Yeah.
Calling agenda item number 14, request number 25-00062, Disney's Vacation Development.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the Commission. Melissa Lambert. For the licensee, and with me is the General Manager of the Aulani Resort, Kimberly Agas. Last name is spelled Agas.
There's any questions?
So this is basically just changing officers and names and everything else, correct?
Correct, the licensee was a corporation and it converted to an LLC.
Okay. So when we have some of these things, my main or my normal comment will be, so currently everyone that is within that group is the administration has the correct names and everything else for the people.
Correct, and we just submitted an updated form yesterday, which I believe was circulated this afternoon.
Okay.
Attached to that is an updated secretary's certificate
Okay.
with the current officers of the officers noted.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my normal question. Thank you.
Motion to approve request number 25-00062.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 25-00062. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. Request is approved.
Thank you.
Okay. Calling agenda item number 15, request number 25-01878, Taqueria El Ranchero Capole LLC with Mr. Seth Buckley.
Oh,
Good.
familiar. The people look familiar over there.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Good to be back. Seth Buckley appearing as authorized agent for licensee Taqueria El Ranchero Capole LLC. This item, as well as agenda item number 16, are requests for a change in member. we are doing some estate and tax planning, so we are inserting a parent company into the structure. So the current principal, owner and responsible party, Mr. Gomez, will remain that. There is no transfer to third parties. This is simply internal for tax efficiencies.
Okay, and for the obvious disclosure that we served on the Honolulu Liquor Commission together.
You're not all recused, are you?
No.
No.
Because then you would be
This will
shocked,
not
wouldn't
affect my
you?
ability to be impartial in deciding on this matter. I have no questions.
No,
Motion to approve request number 25-01878.
second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 25-01878. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The request is approved. Calling agenda item number 16, request number 25-01883, Taqueria El Ranchero LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Seth Buckley, representing Taqueria El Ranchero LLC as its authorized agent. For reasons similar to agenda item number 15, we are requesting change in members for estate and tax planning purposes.
I have no questions.
Good.
Motion to approve request number 25-01883.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 25-01883. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The request is approved.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Can I have a motion for agenda item number 17?
Yes, Chair. Motion to approve the adoption of the decisions and orders for agenda item number 17.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the adoption of decisions and orders for agenda item number 17. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Calling agenda item number 18, Administrator. How are we? Go ahead, then, but you're gonna, on the agenda, it's the administrator, so.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Sal Patilos, Administrator, Honolulu Liquor Commission.
Okay, so we're discussing the matter of the license application of the National Guard Conference Corporation of Hawaii. And state seat, and as a disclosure, I was a past member as a National Guard member, but this will not interfere with my ability to make an impartial judgment.
I should also disclose that I'm a National Guard retiree and it will not affect my ability to make an objective decision.
Okay, that's that out of the way. Mr. Patilos, are you going first there?
So
We
these
can have
are,
them enter their appearance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Please, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission again. Greg Nishio, authorized agent, appearing on behalf of the applicant. To my right is William Spray, who is the executive director, I believe, for the applicant. I've given the spelling of his name to the hearings reporter prior to the commencement of today's hearing.
if I may, Commissioners, applicant National Guard Conference Corporation of Hawaii, Inc. is exempt from federal income tax under section 501(c)(3) of the Internal Revenue Code. The applicant submitted several, has submitted 28 applications for events occurring for 28 nonprofit special license applications. As indicated in the attachment to the note to the petition. The events in attachment are variously described as graduation party, cornhole tournament, military gathering, wedding reception, a Lee annual fundraiser, celebration of life, baby shower, air guard meeting, and baby lua. In terms of the numbers, if you look at the applications, there are 15 graduation parties, 7 cornhole tournaments, and 1 each of wedding, military gathering, air guard meeting, baby shower, baby luau, fundraiser, and celebration of life. The event descriptions and the manner in which events are conducted do not provide sufficient assurances that the events may be properly classified as a fundraising event to benefit the nonprofit organization pursuant to Hawaii Revised Statute 281-3J1. The events, in my mind, do not conform to what would traditionally be viewed as a fundraiser benefiting the applicant, which is a nonprofit entity. Without additional information, the events described in the applications appear to be commercial events held on behalf of other parties and not the applicant. As I indicated before, the vast majority of parties on whose behalf the nonprofit special licenses are sought and for whom the events are being held do not appear to have independent nonprofit status as contemplated by Hawaii Revised Statute Section 8131. From our perspective, it appears as though the applicant is engaging in a commercial activity. If you look at the activities themselves, this is similar to what other applicants here. For example, applicants like Sinablan does. Essentially, I think what happens here is the applicant is able to rent out facilities, provide services, and to non-related groups for events. And it's conducted at a frequency that's similar to those that are conducted by commercial businesses. If you look at it, it's 28 out of the 29 days there are events taking place. So we are concerned that the activities do not fit into what the statute sees as fundraising events.
Okay. Commissioners, do you have questions? Mr. Patimas? No. Okay. Would you care to make a statement relative to the
Sure. Thank you, Chair.
activities?
Okay, according to Rule 3-82-38.25, it applies to licenses issued or transferred, not applications. Then this is it's in the application phase. Now, if the commission is so inclined to grant the special license, then of course, it can impose certain conditions. We have no problem with disclosing to the commission that all proceeds go directly to the programs of applicants' programs. For example, it appears that not enough homework was done to check in actually where this money goes and what the organization is involved with. For example, if you historically look at the building that is owned by the applicant, it was actually a federal property. Okay, then it was given to the city. Then it was actually sold to applicant as well as the Fleet Reserve Association and another entity, I believe. Those two other entities have since gone under. And the entire mortgage is the responsibility of the applicant. What the applicant does, I mean, it puts on conferences, for example, and the national conferences. Recently, at the Adjutant General's convention or conference that was held at the Ala Moana Hotel, I believe it was last year. Applicants sponsored that. They ended up losing $40,000. Why? Because they couldn't hold it at their building. So they had to use the Ala Moana Hotel. When they bought the building, it required over $500,000 in repairs. So that's to fix the roof, everything, plumbing, parking lot, etc. So, it costs money to run this place, obviously. To put on a national conference, and the national conference was held in Honolulu in 2008, 2013, and it was supposed to be held here in 2020, but was canceled but for COVID. They were going to put in a bid to hold the next conference, but they held off doing it because financially it's unfeasible. It cost $6 million to put on a national conference here. So that's why, again, if the administration wants to look at their books and see where the money goes, be our guests. We have no problem with that. If they want to put on a condition that we disclose it, no problem. But I think at this point, it's premature this petition is premature.
I think the question that we all have is, to what extent is this basically, a, event space that has benefit for a nonprofit, regardless of where the money goes to a nonprofit, but just to be running on a continual basis as an event space. And I think that's my question. I don't know about where you guys are at.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is whether it's an event space or whether or not some of the items, right, that are listed, right, whether or not it be notated or discussed where you put in graduation party, 100% of revenue goes to the funding of programs or procedures or something. You know what I mean? That's where this money is going, right? Because that's really what it comes down to, right? Whether or not the money, it's an event space, but whether or not that money is going to a nonprofit organization for their use to fundraise, because that's technically what those licenses are for, right? Fundraising.
Right.
Okay.
It is, and but for this, before this, they used to sell Zippy's chili,
Mhm.
do car washes. Members would donate money to
Mhm.
the organization. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is a way to, perhaps, short circuit that kind of thing where members are actually forced to go out there, sell tickets, etc., fundraise. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I don't think our question is whether or not as a nonprofit, it's beneficial to generate money for the nonprofit work that the entity does. I think the question here is whether or not using an event space serving alcohol, rather than just having your gala or your banquet for your event. That's what we would typically think of, not as just a
And
rental event.
So to address that also, Chair, they were intending to submit an application, but certain things happened within the organization. For example, Fleet Reserve Association basically going out of business. And the other organization also be terminated. So that has kind of created some procedural issues that need to be resolved, but we are in the process of resolving those issues and we'll submit obviously a permanent liquor license application shortly. But in the interim, we felt that this was the best way to do it, pending
What
resolution.
type of license are you looking to obtain in the future?
That we would have to, we're still in the discussion, and we came in second tier, they were having discussions with another attorney about this.
From the administration, should we hear from licensing, or are you all, or does anybody else have?
Maybe just, I just want to clarify just so my understanding of it. So the National Guard Conference Corporation, nonprofit entity, owns a space for which it's rented out for the events listed here. And the payment to use the space goes to the nonprofit to support its mission.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Liquor sales, 100% of liquor sales will go to the organization.
Oh, not just the rent of it is.
It's not shared, 100% will go to the organization, to the applicant.
So, okay, so
Yeah.
I guess my next question would be this then, right? So the entity itself, right, is going to be renting the space to a group to do something, and you're going to pay for you're going to sell the product, sell the liquor, and you're gonna keep the monetary funds to go to the funding of the nonprofit staff.
Correct.
Okay, I just wanna make sure I'm understanding
Correct.
what I'm hearing,
And
okay?
the mission is to put on the conference.
Correct. Or the
Okay.
event.
An event in the future, or whatever we decide
Yeah.
will be funding for to run whatever there is.
I mean, I don't know if it's reflected, but the neighborhood board in that area holds meetings over here. But I don't think I don't know if anybody wants to drink at a board meeting or they wanna sell at that point, but obviously there's rental income from that.
If I may, Commissioners, we don't argue with the fact that the National Guard Conference Center can generate revenue, generate income. The question is whether or not the events themselves are quote unquote fundraising events. As they've told you, it appears as though what they do is a commercial activity in that you rent the space out, you provide the services of serving alcohol and so on. And then they just like any other commercial entity, they get paid for those services and that rental. And then, yes, it's in their coffers, I understand. And they're raising income. It's essentially somewhat raising funds, but as to whether or not that is actually fundraising is an issue.
And how would you address rule 3-82 32.31? A one-day special license for fundraising event by not-for-profit organizations not to exceed 12 days per calendar quarter. I think will be in fairly more than broad.
Could I
Oh,
provide some
please.
background information on this? Many years ago, Mr. Nishioka's partner, I believe it was, appeared before the commission to get a waiver of that rule so that they could exceed that 12 days per calendar quarter. At the time it was granted, sometimes the commission, when they waive rules, requires the applicant to come back every year, every 2 years, and renew the representations made in support of the waiver and takes action again. That limitation was not imposed on this particular applicant, possibly because we are anticipating the filing of a permanent license application a lot sooner than a couple of years.
Okay.
So it has actually been addressed. At the time, the approving commission did not impose a time limit in terms of how long that waiver would last, but we've accepted that waiver action.
So, council, is this format similar to how the St. Louis Clubhouse on Eisenberg used to operate?
Similar, but unlike, I'm not sure how they run their financials. For our unrelated business income, we're still trying to get a ruling from the IRS, but we're classifying all of our banquet hall and liquor sales as unrelated business income. So we do file our 990, we pay our income tax on that, we file all our G49s and 45s, we pay all of our general excise tax on that. And whatever is remaining is supposed to go to support the national conference, but to be honest, we're not out of the red yet.
If I may, commissioners, I think the fact that they consider this income UBI, unrelated business income, suggests that this is not a fundraising event and there's no donated intent here.
Okay, so the commission may go into executive session for the following reasons. Pursuant to Hawaii Revised Statute, section 92-4 and subsection 92-5A4, to consult with the board's attorney on questions and issues in a matter pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities. And related to agenda item number 18, LCA 25-00001. I will entertain a motion to go into an executive session for this purposes.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to go into executive session. There's a reservation seeing that.
Sure. Okay, may I interject one comment before you guys go into executive session?
Certainly.
I would also like you to consider what is the difference between selling chip tickets and doing a car wash to what they're doing. I mean, it's basically the same premise. You know, I mean, they're selling something and getting something back.
Okay, noted.
Just for the record. Thank you.
Okay, we are back from our executive session where we discussed the authority of the Liquor Commission to both waive some of the rules that are pertinent here and to discuss the obligations under the issuing of nonprofit licenses. So in our discussion, and why I'm busily scribbling here, we were looking up rule 3-82.32.3. 82. The 1-day special license, which is not to exceed 12 days per calendar quarter, reviewed and approved by the administrator or designee. So that was one item under consideration. The other was 3-82.38.25. This is the most amount of rule and law statute investigation we've done ever, I think. The restrictions or conditions on licensing we will be placing upon this matter in front of us, directing the administration relative to the application that's pending. And then that's also subject to 3-82-31. Dot one. There's 32.1.
31.
31.1.
31.1.
3-82-31.1.
Determination of classification for licensed premise. And in that body, we would make this motion. We will direct the granting of the 12 days this quarter as a nonprofit application license. The conditions on any other days after the 12 will be at the special license fee of $90 per day. In the future, the administration should make a determination of the classification for the licensed premise in the way that you're conducting operations, whether or not a for-profit special license or any other type of license would be more appropriate on a future basis.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so it has been moved and seconded for the commission to direct the administration to allow for 12 days of the nonprofit use. The any days subsequent will be at the $90 rate. And any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Do you have any questions for us?
So we can go over the 12 and then you pay them. Basically, what the commission is saying is that for the first 12, we'll do it at the nonprofit. And subsequent will be at the for-profit at the $90 day rate.
Yeah, for this request.
For this request, but in future requests, you will need to address how you want to do this in the future, because this is a little too excessive in the way that
Understood.
the rules are being.
Thank you. I thank the commission. I appreciate the advice given. And again, we are looking at that very seriously.
Clarification. So the corporation address is 3949 Diamond Head Road at State DOD.
Right, so we have our related business income and all of that mail goes there. So it's kind of like everything that's generated out of the facility at Valkenburg is our unrelated business income, and everything but our headquarters and our mailing address and business address is at
Right.
Diamond Head Road.
But the event site is on Valkenburg.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Appreciate the clarification.
Right.
Thanks.
Calling agenda item number 19, Liquor Administrator.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Salvatilos, Administrator, Honolulu Liquor Commission. In terms of operations, not really a lot to go to report. I think it's important to note that Commission appointee Robert Cundiff had his second hearing on the 27th. The third hearing is scheduled for the 4th of June. So technically speaking, you could rope them in by the 5th of June. Yeah. And I'm sure everybody's looking forward to having 5.
I will not be there on that day, so.
Also, I don't know if you know this, but we are responsible for, we are holding the investigators workshop in Oahu. And so one of the things that we did this week was just check out the place that we're going to be holding the conference, the workshop in, which is the Ala Moana. And so we looked at the places that were available, questions that we had about the services that we're going to provide were clarified, and we hope that that's going to happen sometime in August, and we're hoping that it all goes well. I'm surprised at the amount of time well, I shouldn't be surprised at the amount of time that's being spent trying to make sure that this goes smoothly. So have my hats off to the folks who have been planning this and I think it's renewal season. I think once again I think the renewal applications are going according to the vast majority of stuff has not been submitted yet. I hate to say it. It seems to be more like a last minute rush than anything else. So I guess a public service announcement, if you're a licensee, please get your renewal in and not be part of that last minute rush if you can. We would appreciate it, and I'm sure they would appreciate knowing that their applications are being processed and being looked at. But that said, so far we've received 464 total applications. 6 have been withdrawn. So there are 450 in process, and of those we have already issued 266. There are 83 have been approved pending issuance, and there are 107 pending. So that constitutes new submissions, deficient applications, and applications that have been reviewed, but the correct deficiencies have been approved. So it's going relatively well. It's just waiting for that crush to occur in late June.
Okay. And then for all of the waivers of being late or.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess there will be that as well.
I'll ask the question.
And the reason for it, yeah.
Can you tell me?
Okay, anything else?
No, if you have any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
Nope.
All right, so then we come to our agenda item number 20, announcements, and our one sad announcement that our corporate counsel, Roselle, this is her last day, but thank you very much. There's nothing else, and then there.